Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. Now, in my previous video, I talked about how I achieved my CPF full retirement sum by the age of 30. But in actual questions, right, how did I actually do it? And also many other questions like when did I start topping up and why did I do that and why should I not do that? So in this video, I'll try to address most of the questions, and if you have further questions, then just leave it down in the comment section below. First question, what age did I start topping up and how much did I top up at the initial stage? I started topping up at the age of 25, so that's just 1 year after I started my full-time career. So I started it because I wanted to reduce my tax expense. It's really that simple. I just want to pay less taxes. That's why I started with the retirement sum top up to my special account, right? So that's just $7,000 of RSTU to the SA in my age of 25, 1 year after starting working. 1 more year later, at the age of 26, I actually discovered the voluntary contribution to Medisave account. I actually read more about the Medisave and the users of it, and it's actually eligible for tax relief as well. So that's when I actually started to prioritize on hitting my basic healthcare sum by doing the voluntary contribution to the Medisave account, because I felt that there are more users of the Medisave as described in my other MA video. So from that year onwards, I touched on both RSTU and the VCMA. And also at the age of 26, I bought my first integrated shield plan, which I never had before. My parents didn't buy it for me, but I bought it myself because now that I already have some funds in the Medisave account, those that can help me pay some of the integrated shield plan premiums. So I think that was quite good, right? Instead of using cash, you could use Medisave to pay for those premiums. But not for the riders, the riders must still pay by cash. Now regarding the transfer from OA to SA, I actually did that quite recently at the age of 28. Because at the age of 28, which was in 2019, I actually applied for a BTO with my partner. So my BTO is really secured, now just waiting for it to complete and collect my keys to the new unit. And in the meantime, I actually calculated my finances when I have secured my BTO unit. So I calculated like how much I need to set aside. And because my partner and I actually are in the income level where we can get some housing grants. So those housing grants are actually sufficient enough to pay the down payment of the HDB BTO unit. So we are covered on the down payment part. The more important thing is actually the monthly mortgage after paying off the down payment, remaining 90%, right? So my plan is actually to stretch out that loan to the furthest, 25 years of term, because I believe that housing is a good debt and we should really expand it to really take advantage of the low interest rates. So with housing settled, you still need to keep like $20,000 in your ordinary account, and that's what I did, right? I accumulated $20,000 until last year in 2021, where I started to invest my ordinary account funds via Endowus, where you all can get $20 of excess fee credits if you sign up using my referral link down below, because Endowus is currently the only provider that can allow you to invest your CPF funds, especially in the S&P 500 index through LionGlobal Infinity US 500. So you can take a look at my Endowus videos for that. I'm detailing that quite well. So all in one summary, I started topping up my CPF special account at the age of 25 with $7,000. 1 year later, I look at VCMA because I believe that Medisave account is really what I want to achieve first to hit the basic healthcare sum, because there are more benefits of using the Medisave account. And then coming to age 28, when I have secured my BTO unit, then I started to do those ordinary account transfer to the special account to help me hit my full retirement sum even faster. So I did keep a record of all my CPF top-ups and transfers, and these are my records, right? So for RSTU to my special account, I actually contributed to a total of $43,000 over the span of 6 years, from age 25 to age 30. Then for OA to SA transfer, I did a total transfer of $86,000 ever since the age of 28. And for Medisave account voluntary contribution, I did a total contribution of $41,000. So if I were to do a reverse calculation, because the current FRS is around 192K and BHS is around $66,000, so if I were to exclude all the top-ups, all the OA to SA transfers and all the voluntary contributions, then my usual contributions from my own employment, which is my employee and employer contribution, as well as the interest earned from all my 3 accounts, ordinary account, special account, Medisave account, and the last thing will be the MA overflow to SA. The net amount that I really got from all this CPF is actually $63,000 in the SA and $25,000 in the MA. So you can go and do your own benchmark. I've been really transparent with the numbers. You can go and do some calculation on that. Okay, second question I want to address, right? People have been telling me it's not a wise move. You really sacrifice a lot of liquidity. You could get better returns in the stock market, investing even in index funds or even pick high growth stocks. I've actually talked about this issue many times in my channel, but I'll just address this again because there are many more viewers after that CPF video. Now, there are really many ways to roam, right? And there are many ways to get rich. Now, you have got rich in index funds and stock investing. That's good for you. I'm really happy for you, right? From the bottom of my heart. I also talk about investing at a really young age, and I'm glad that some people have taken the investing route and have really made it. But what most of you haven't realized is there is the other side of the coin. There is survivorship bias. There are people who are really bad and poor in picking stocks, and they will have fared better if they have not touched any stock investing or index investing at all. Now, these people, they may not choose to stomach risk from the stock market or investments, right? They really have really low risk appetite, and that's where CPF is really for them, because CPF is kind of risk-free. The annual interest, although may subject to change, but it's kind of consistent for the past few years at around 4% in SA and MA and 2.5% in the OA. Now, for this group of people, putting money in the CPF is much more safer than putting money in the insurance products, right? Like your endowment savings plan, your investment linked policies, all this sold by the financial advisors of insurance companies. If you want to make a comparison between this, which is a bigger evil? Do you think CPF will scam your money or the insurance advisors? Anyway, I'm not a CPF bishop here who is going to convert you to a CPF believer and a follower of my study. I'm just here to help people who already believe in CPF and help them achieve their target by setting myself as an example through transparent sharing. Now, if you belong to the other camp who don't believe in CPF, I am not against you, I think it's good that you achieve your wealth from other sources, but you don't come in here and bash me or the people who are following this method just because they don't align to you. I think that's just really childish. I'm just helping these people here who may have doubted their decisions in their lives, and trust me, I've doubted myself when I was at age 25 because no one else around me actually do top up CPF, let alone top up CPF. Most of them never even thought of retiring early. Okay, they were all just coming out of graduate school or even college, getting their first jobs and getting high paychecks, thinking of how to get the next big income from their careers instead of focusing on early retirement. No one at that age during my time would think of early retirement like me. So it's a fact, right? I have doubted myself even after so many years, but until I found such a following in 1M65 group that there are actually people who think like me. They are crazy, man, these people. So I think there are more people who are crazier than me. They have put in even more money in their CPF at a really young age. So I'm glad to have found my community lah. And here I am building up another community of my own. So I'm not here to really convert you, but I believe that if you want to follow this route, then you can follow me, my journey, and learn from it and see what are things that you can fine-tune it to achieve your goals. I think that's the more important thing than hating on others who don't align with your beliefs. Okay folks, so I have answered the 2 questions about CPF in this video, and I'll leave the last question to a next video because I really want to put more focus into the last question, and so I will do a separate video for just that last question alone. So if this is the first time watching my channel, then you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can watch this video where I achieved a full retirement sum at the age of 30 so that you can really understand where all these questions comes from. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.